Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad to hear this Tuesday morning. Got a big show lined up, but first of all, the weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center, according to Baldwin Road and Highway 77. Look, it's going to be stormy today, about an 80% chance of rain. Wind's going to be blowing, so be careful out there and stay tuned to what all is going on and make sure you're aware of the weather that's going to be coming close to you. High today is going to be 77, low tonight 71. Not much variance in the degrees there, but it's going to be, like I say, stormy, be comfortable, but it'll be a lot of moisture in the air. Now, the water temperature is at 71 degrees, and I was looking at a chart, and I'm not going to show you today, but one day this week I'm going to show you a chart of how it will go sometimes 3 to 4 degrees in one day in one spot, and this time of year with those currents and movements and all. I'm going to show you exactly, because I can get an hourly reading off some of these charts. So it's fascinating looking at it. A lot of times I think that's when you surf fishing and all, that's when the fish are biting and all. Okay, the river readings. Take a look at the river readings. The Apalachicola at Bluntstown. It is going down. It's reading this morning, reading 16.3. And we don't know how long it's going to continue that trend or not, but it is at a steady drop. Good catfishing on the river. I know that for a fact. The Choctaw at Caryville is dropping also. Both rivers dropping. Choctaw at Caryville actually reading a 10.2 this morning. I'm going to drop out a little bit more, but again, we don't know exactly what the range is going to be. All right, let's take a look at our tide chart. Tide for this morning will be high tide at 10:16 a.m. and a low tide at 8:26 p.m. Now, marine forecast, of course, our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. Their location here at 23rd Street, and their motto is "When Caring Counts." Okay, now take a look at the marine forecast. Like I say, it's going to be blowing, be coming out of the south at about 10 to 15. All right, it'll be strong, some strong wind at times. So let's take this break, and we'll be right back. All right, folks, welcome back. Setting up our pictures here. Got a lot of pictures to share with you. All kind of different fish caught, all usually this from Friday to yesterday. So let's go ahead and start this first picture right here. This is this big king. They're catching them off the pier now. Not a lot of them, but they have started to catch them. That's Jerry Baker's grandson. Jerry Baker's my cousin. Okay, that's J.J. Hewitt. Good job there. Pompano. Marcus Parrish went out Friday. Marcus has done a really good job this year catching some surf fishing right here in Panama City Beach for Pompano. Good job there, Marcus. There's a picture of him here. 3 nice Pompano. In fact, he had them Sunday night. He grilled them out Sunday night. I know that. I know he had some good eating there. Had some friends over. Okay, now grouper. The grouper bite. Now, I know you may not recognize him because of the shades. In fact, that's Ken Paramore. He's coming out of the turkey fields back to the Gulf, and that caught a nice grouper there. All right, another. Okay, Brian Jones with a 34-pounder. Nice one there, really nice one. Lionfish. We talk about how much we try to get rid of lionfish. Divers Den brought these in the other day. That's really some good size ones there too. But it's only 8 of them that left. There's plenty more out there if you want to go get some lionfish. I'm just going to skip through this. I'm not going to skip it. I was walking past the mental hospital the other day, and all the patients were shouting, 13, 13, 13. The fence was too high to see over, but I saw a little gap in the planks. So I looked through the gap to see what was going on. Some idiot poked me in the eye with a stick, and all of a sudden they all started shouting, 14, 14, 14. Okay? All right, now, next one. George Cochran. His dad used to be our ball coach at Mosley. This is young George, and this is up in Eufaula, Alabama, their home farm. That's a three-bearded gobbler he got Saturday morning. Beth Wilkie, his sister, sent me this picture, and good job, George Cochran. It wrapped up Alabama and Georgia turkey season. It wrapped up this weekend. Fishing from the surf. Tim Kahneman. Saturday morning, he really he fought this. I've got a little short video I'm going to show you tomorrow of this catching this big redfish right at Panama City Beach. Good job, Tim Kahneman. Okay, Now this Saturday, y'all nautical. Okay, we don't have it. It's a nautical. This is for benefit and making strides against cancer. A nautical flea market, and it will be. Let's see. Yeah, nautical flea market. It's going to be at Watson Bayou Marina, out there. All right. Now next picture. This is Victor Hathcote in Santa Rosa Beach. Got a nice red right there, Victor, Santa Rosa Beach. Corey Hastine, you recognize that name, Hastine. He's still carrying on that family fishing tradition. Got a nice day on the water. This is within 1 mile. You can see, okay, and this is where he caught these. Okay, I'm going to go back again and show you that. He caught a grouper. I want you to look at the size of this grouper and then the size of this snapper within 1 mile of the shore. So even in state waters, when snapper season opens, there are going to be some nice snapper caught. Okay, this is Matt Weaver. This is 71 pound. He broke his own personal record, about 71 pound ling right there. That's why when you open up, when you clean these cobia, these boys, you see what they call the other white meat. That's team crunch time. All right, Mark Cowart, our own Mark Cowart. He and his son Michael had a really good day fishing Saturday. He got two nice redfish. That's perfect slot size right there. And here's Michael here with his. All right, good job. That was over in West Bay. All right, now a couple more. Greg Gladden, had Greg on. He was one of my students of the month last year. He's playing baseball as a freshman at Marion Military Institute up in Alabama. That's the biggest bass he's ever caught, he said. One of the biggest. Good job, Greg Gladden. All right, and I'm just going to go past this one right here. I'm going to read that to my students this morning about a young lady texting and driving. Johnny Conrad, White Western. The brim are biting up at White Western Lake. They live up there and they catch a lot of them. So good job. And let's see. Okay, I want to talk a second about the pier, fishing off the pier. We're going to have a video on it tomorrow. But just the manners and all. We had to set up where we were. Gail and I went out Saturday morning, and those sections we set up. Those sections you have every 10 feet is a rail. Okay, so I'm thinking it's a perfect distance. I put Gail on one rail, I'm at the other little post at the rail, the vertical post, 10-foot distance, and there were some other people. In fact, I counted 16 people fishing for pompano around that pompano hole Saturday morning, but we got down front, away from them, a section away, and wouldn't you know it, someone came in and got right between us. But I want to stay there temporarily. But I wanted to talk about just it's called manners. It could be out in a dove field and somebody come up next to you, start shooting. You just don't outdoorsmen don't do those kind of things. And same way fishing in a brim hole on Apalachicola River, or you remember last year when Brandon Davis and I were catching all those redfish off this dock, and this guy came up with his two young boys and started fishing in the same hole. We would talk about doing that. Just irritates a good outdoorsman, and it really is unnecessary. You can come up and talk to people you want to, but don't be throwing it in the same hole and all. That's just one of my pet peeves. I'm going to pass it to you. Pass it around. I'm going to show you the pier real quick. Let's see. I don't know if it's still there, Jeff. The way it's set up, the pier is set up so the county pier and the city pier, are built the same way. So here it is right here. I'm just going to show you. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. This is at the end of it right here, and you really can't tell much. Those guys on the end, you have the other problem at the end. They all gather up next to each other. There's no rules here, especially in cobia season, but what they do, instead of, they get side by side, and there's always some, what I call a pier police out there, some guy that knows it all, and I saw him. I walked to the end of the pier Saturday. He was telling us, I could see there's a younger guy there, and he was casting, and when you first learn how to cast, especially on long distance, it'll go off to the side a little bit. I teach kids casting every year, and the first time it goes to their right, and after you work on it a while, you can correct that. But this guy was thrown a couple of times. This other guy hollered at him, I guess he was God at the pier that morning. He hollered at him, "Cast out in front of you." And that's uncalled for. I mean, this guy was trying. He wasn't trying to cast to the side. He was going to the side a little bit, and this other guy was just, I guess it's not his right or it's not his duty to say something like that. So you got both ends of the spectrum where some people are trying to police and then some people. So when you go to the pier, be prepared for some kind of experience every time you go there. I'm prepared for it. When I was younger, that used to really, really irritate me, and I would say some things and all. So as I've matured and got more wise in the age, I sort of just let it slide on by, and especially if my wife is with me, because she gets on to me. So anyway, I just want to pass that on. Let's go ahead and take our break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I made a mistake earlier in the weather. I said it was 10 to 15, folks. It's going to be blowing 15 to 25 this morning. And again, getting back to what I was saying right to close that last segment, I told Gail driving out Saturday morning, I said, honey, there's going to be some idiots out here on the pier now. You understand that? So she said, I don't need to understand it. You need to understand it. So that's so just be prepared for that. 90-some% of the folks out there are just great folks to be around. So always some idiots around. Email, good email here. It says, Winston is on this picture here. Winston attaches a picture that was taken about 2 years ago from the research vessel Lily Bordison. We were doing a Navy project off the coast of Jacksonville and came upon a whole school of dolphins with calves. They would dive to the bottom, pick up an octopus, and fling the octopus through the air so the babies could catch them. The picture doesn't show it, but there were probably 10 to 12 of these doing this at the same time. And what they're doing is teaching their young right there how to dive down, get the octopus, and then throw them up in the air. And that's how you're talking about an intelligent creature is a dolphin. And this is from Gary Womack from Innovative Professional Solutions here at Panama City Beach. Thank you, Gary, for sharing that with us. Thank you for that picture. And I know we're all in awe of the dolphins. If you've ever been around them at all, I still remember some scenes I've had with dolphins personally. Not feeding them and just going underwater with them, and I'd do that, and they would do the same thing. Just amazing. I mean, they know exactly what you're doing. So they're right there. They're teaching, just like we teach our kids to fish and all. They teach their young calves the same kind of stuff. All right. Now let's set up for this video. I went down to C&G Sporting Goods the other day, and then Ronnie Groom has added this. They've added a room upstairs, and I want to just shoot and give you an idea of the extra stuff they have upstairs at C&G. And C&G is one of our big sponsors, have been from day one. Good outdoor folks down there. So, Jeff, let's go and roll this video. All right, folks, down here at Harrison Avenue, C&G Sporting Goods. Talked to Ron the other day about they opened up that upstairs area, so we're going to run in and see what all they're doing. Good morning.
Good morning.
What are y'all up to?
Nothing.
All right. Well, listen, I told Ron the other day I was going to come look at the upstairs, that new area y'all put together.
Okay.
Upstairs. Is Ronnie here?
He's upstairs.
Is he working or just sleeping?
He's working.
Okay. All right. We got all this on air now, so.
Oh, okay.
You gotta
He's
say-
really working hard.
Okay. All right. He's right on up here, huh?
Yep, right up here.
What about that turkey there, Ronnie? That's a nice one. Did you get that turkey?
No, that's one of our cousins.
Oh, yeah. You got it all set up, haven't you?
We got it set.
Look at here.
That's the buck I killed this year.
That was this year's buck?
Yep.
Tell me about him.
Well, he was just a nice heavy frame 8 point, I'm sorry. He was an 8 point, he's 5.5 years old. Bay County.
5.5 years old.
Yep.
All right. All right, Ronnie, tell us what all you're going to be doing up here.
Well, we're moving the stuff that's seasonal, like turkey. I've got all the turkey hunting stuff over here. All the decoys, all the calls. Then we got the new type feeders that fit low to the ground, easy to feed.
I like those. Moultrie.
We've got this new apparatus that will plug into your trailer hitch that you can put a deer in and bring him up into your truck. Or you got legs on it, you can put it on the ground and put it in your camp.
A rack jack.
Put it in your camp and clean deer in your camp or wherever you happen to kill them.
That's a good idea.
And we got all the tree stands, the feeders, got, you know, the double tree stands. Got a new hog head in here this year.
Well, y'all taken a small space and put a lot of good
Put
quality.
a lot of stuff in it.
A lot of
Got
good.
all the accessories that go to tree stands, you know, the seats and the armrest and all that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And all the batteries and everything you need, all the parts you need. This is primarily all hunting stuff. You know, we got the pop-up blinds, all that stuff up here, and it's just a good little section for us.
You know, we're talking about on the show the other day about each year you got to do things to your gun and everything, but these replacement seats on a stand are important.
Right.
Because they are going to wear out.
Right, because these things will wear out, and you need to replace them and keep them fresh and keep them quiet.
Well, I really like this room.
Yeah, we really enjoyed it. And we got a picture on the far end down there, Ben Lee and Fred Bear and myself. And
Oh, that's that picture. Yeah.
That's taken years ago. That's Fred Bear, Ben Lee, and
That's a young Ronnie Groom.
some yo-yo on the left side there.
A young Ronnie Groom and Fred Bear in the middle. All right, welcome back for the final segment of Panhandle Outdoors. We appreciate you watching the show this morning. Hope be careful of that stormy weather. Let's take a look at our fish and game forecast brought to us by Mark Cowart. Let's do it right side up. You can read it better. Our time this morning, we're looking at 12:41 right after midnight, 12:41 to 2:41, and then afternoon from 1:06 to 3:06. That's our times right there. Give Mark a call. If nothing else, go fishing with him. I know he probably, I shouldn't have said that. Mark's a busy man. He takes Michael. They have a great father-son relationship, and they do a lot of fishing. It goes with Bill a lot, too. So, but go ahead and call him about some real estate needs. Now, I have a couple of other things. Let me read a couple of more emails. Winston, this is from Jacob Parker up in Pine Mountain. Jacob watches the show on YouTube. One of our good viewers up there in Pine Mountain, Georgia. We had it, and he was going fishing down there. I told him after the trip, give me a report on how it did down around Carabel and Apalachicola. He said we had a decent trip to Apalachicola and Carabel. Found some clear water around the dry bar and kept some keeper trout. Today we went to Carabel and caught grouper, triggerfish, and Spanish, and beeliners. I'm happy since it was my first time ever fishing out of Carabel. Now that tells you something. It's the first time fishing out of Carabel. You can still go in there and catch fish. So I admire you for going down there and doing that and that's a good catch. Remind the viewers that the river is pretty bad from all the rain. Yeah, that river itself, the Carabel River, is just like this. All that wash off from Tate's Hell, it gets muddy this time of year. But what he was talking about, the water was really high, and he said we had to dodge stumps and logs from the bay to the Bay City Lodge, and that's in open water. A lot of people go fast, but all that stuff's brought down by the high water. So we've talked about it before on the Apalachicola River and Choctawhatchee River. When it's really high, don't go full speed out in that open area because you never know what you're going to hit. The water clarity in the bay is pretty bad unless you go up all. Okay, then we're going to say it's the cleanest water we found. It's good outside of all the passes as long as you can go east or west. I uploaded some pics on Facebook. Thanks for the show and keep it coming. Jacob Parker, Pine Mountain, Georgia. Thank you, Jacob, for that. Okay, so be aware of that. Now, FWC holding a public workshop for input on managing bears in the eastern Panhandle. Okay, that's us, and it gives a whole list of different places. See this whole list right here of places they're going to hold a public workshop starting tomorrow, April 30th, up in Bristol at the Veterans Memorial Civic Center. They were going to be having public input on what you think about how they should manage the bears in the eastern part of the Panhandle. That's okay. Then on May 3rd, it'll be in Tallahassee, but May the 8th, right here in Panama City, at the Bay County Public Library. We'll try to make that if we can. That'll be Thursday, May 1st, so it'll be a week from then, the following Thursday. May 13th, Perry, but May 15th. Carabel. All you folks down there in Carabel will be at the City of Carabel Auditorium on Gray Avenue, and then May 20th coming back to Port St. Joe at Gulf Coast State College. So that's like they have 1, 2, 3, having 6 and 4 right here in the viewing area. The other 2 out of the viewing area. So if you want to give some input, your own personal feelings, they will listen to it, and they will make recommendations from their research and their input from the public. So that's how that goes. Now, I have one more email, and it has to do with this app here. It said, hey, Winston, you remember an iPhone app that you and John Rush talked about on the show last summer? If I remember, he said it cost 99 cents to download, and I found this one. And he found, this is from David Vest, it's the same one we talked about. It's called Fish Rules App. And I'm gonna show it to you real quick. It's up in, if you look at the screen right there, I'm gonna just show you the icon. The second row on the far right is the icon that says Fish Rules, okay? Now, I also have a tide chart down there, but a lot of these games and all are games the kids put on there. And the third, fourth row have the Bible. I can read the Bible off here too. So all kind of, these apps are great. But let's go. I'm gonna go to Fish Rules app, okay? I'm gonna touch it. Okay, and here it is right here, determining my location. This is a great, I'm just gonna go through some of these. It's their alphabetical order. Okay, let's look at the bluefish. I'm gonna touch bluefish, so it gives you a picture of it. It says to give you a limit on it, and you can roll it up and it tells you about the edibility. You know, it might be good. I don't eat bluefish, but it may contain. But okay, so I can go down here. I'm gonna do it as we go along throughout the show and all. But cobia, and everybody's getting cobia. So you get one cobia. You get 6 on the vessel. Minimum size 33 inches. Edibility excellent, but may contain elevated. Almost all large fish now are going to have this elevated mercury levels. Just be aware of that. But it's in alphabetical order. It goes on down. Black drum. We're catching a lot of black drum. You can catch 5 of these. Here's a picture of it. Okay, sort of part of the drum family like the redfish is, but it's not the same thing. But 5 bag limit, 14 inches. It's a slot size, 14 to 24. Those big ones, you certainly don't want to keep those anyway. It's prohibited from snagging. Edibility is good. Didn't say excellent. But anyway, we'll go back to. I'm going to show you more of that later. I just wanted to show you that Fish Rules app. I don't know if it's 99 cents or free, but it's something well worthwhile. Especially, maybe tomorrow, next day, we're talking about Spanish and flounder and some of the smaller fish we catch. And a lot of times, I'm the world's worst about getting is that 11-inch minimum or 12-inch minimum because they switched them over the years, and I had them memorized one time. But we'll talk more about it. Got to wrap things up, folks. Thank y'all for watching Panhandle Outdoors. We appreciate your viewership. We enjoy bringing it to you every morning. I want to say a special good morning to our coffee club over at Brooks Bait and Tackle. All right, we'll talk more about that tomorrow. You have a great day and do something good for someone. God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.